Hey, so today is going to be all about how we can strengthen our immune system and avoid things that are harming our immunity. It's pretty safe to say that there's a worldwide panic going on right now, and we're actually focusing on the wrong things when it comes to treating these viruses that are running out of control. Why not build people up, improve their immunity, improve their overall health, make them more robust, so when these things happen, we don't have to worry about will we be able to fight it off or not. Let's just use what works. There's no point waiting around for a vaccine. Let's take actionable steps today with this checklist I'm going to go through with you so you can actually increase your immune system, avoid the things that are suppressing it, and not have to freak out, or at least be told to freak out the way the television is telling you to. Let's start with sleep, okay? If you do not sleep at least 6 to 7 hours a night, you are demolishing your immune system, more than doubling your risk of cancer and significantly lowering your ability to fight off colds and flus, bacteria, virus, and everything in between. So you must make sleep a priority. That's when you actually patch and repair your gut lining, and that's where the majority of your immune system is. It's along your gut lining. So you must get deep, restorative, restful sleep. I've done lots of posts on this, so flip back if you need to go through the checklist on how to fix your sleep. This is an absolute priority. You must sleep to repair your immune system in order to fight off colds and flus. The next one is hydration. Quite often during cold and flu season, or at least throughout the winter, people are dehydrated. We are not as warm, we're not as thirsty, we don't sweat as much, and therefore water intake goes down. A very easy one to do. You just have to be conscious of it. You need a bottle with you at all times. This is a little over a liter, and you need to make sure you're getting approximately a liter per 50 pounds body weight every day of clean, pure water. If you have renal or kidney issues, you'll need to adjust that number down, but otherwise a liter per 50 pounds works for all shapes and sizes. The next one is a word you probably hear get thrown around a lot, and that is stress, okay? The only people that don't have stress are dead people. So as long as you are living, working, maintaining relationships, walking around this planet, you're gonna have certain amounts of stress, physical, mental, emotional, and everything in between, okay? So if you're not doing things to de-stress and shake that out of your system, it can definitely impact your immune system and your ability to fight colds and flus. So things to de-stress, right? Body contact, massage, acupuncture, infrared saunas are great, okay? Grounding, whether that's walking bare feet at the beach or the park or the grass, making sure you have a good support network around you so you can get things off your chest and not let it continually weigh you down, okay? Let's move into diet and some key nutrients that you need to get from your foods to boost your immune system. First one I want to touch on is high quality meats. Reason this is important is because it helps you build lean muscle mass, which just keeps your metabolism running strong, helps you fight off diabetes and insulin resistance, but it's also a rich source of cysteine. Cysteine is an amino acid. All our proteins are built of many amino acids, but cysteine is important because it's a precursor to glutathione. Glutathione is a master antioxidant in the body, and it can help you fight colds, flus, and viruses. It boosts your immune system because it gives glutathione the building blocks it needs to actually build your glutathione stores throughout your system. So cysteine, very important to get through the diet. It's found mostly in high quality meats, red meat, whether that's steaks, ground beef, roasts, lamb, etc. There's definitely room for chicken and turkey, but the nutrient profile in those white birds is not as good as high quality red meats, okay? From the veggie category, to make sure you're getting a lot of sulfur, another component and building block of glutathione, which is a master antioxidant for our immune system. We need lots of sulfur, okay? So that's found in garlic, onions. Natural spring water such as San Pellegrino is also a rich source of sulfur, so you want to make sure you get lots of that. Now, broccoli and cauliflower also do have a bit of sulfur, but I caution people on those because those are high gas vegetables. The vegetables I'd rather you hit on are things like spinach, peppers, sweet potatoes, yams, rice, tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, celery. Those are lower gas vegetables that are easier for your body to digest and yield energy from, and they're packed full of tons of great nutrients. So just think of that when it comes to vegetables. Stick to the low gas vegetables. It's less hard on your digestive system, and less likely to cause gas and bloating, okay? And since we mentioned glutathione, let's roll right into that. So we can eat the right diet. Eggs are another great source of sulfur and help you build glutathione, so don't forget that as well. But glutathione, so we're eating the right diet, we're making sure to get our glutathione levels up, but the fact is that some people are just depleted in glutathione. What they're finding is some of these patients that are getting hit with the coronavirus are low in a few key things, right? Glutathione being one of them, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, which I'm going to touch on. All those nutrients are needed and they're being found deficient in some of those, okay? So how can we increase our glutathione levels higher versus just using specifically diet only? So we can use liposomal glutathione, which is a liquid glutathione, and you can take anywhere between half and 1 teaspoon of that daily to just boost your endogenous levels of glutathione. You can also do N-acetylcysteine, which is again a cysteine precursor to glutathione. It's in a capsule. You can take a couple caps of that a day, sometimes up to 3, and that will help boost your natural levels of glutathione so you can fight off invaders much easier. And then finally, we can use intravenous access, where we'll actually set up an IV and push glutathione right into your system. Works amazing, and it tops the levels off better than anything else. The thing with glutathione is it gets broken down easily in your digestive tract, and then you have to piece it back together on the inside. But when you bypass the digestive system, it goes right into the vein and just saturates your tissue. So it's really, really cool. Vitamin D. Now, if you've been hanging around for a while, you know I talk about this one a lot. It's the sunshine vitamin. Most people that live in US and Canada, specifically us north of the 49th parallel, do not get enough sunlight throughout the year, and the time we get it in the summer is still pretty negligible. It's not enough to build high enough levels of vitamin D, which is the king, the commander of the immune system, okay? So I test and replete vitamin D levels on anyone that tells me they have immune system problems, whether getting sick too many times a year or where we know they're just run down and these colds and flus are lasting way longer than they should, okay? Some numbers for you to consider. Now, the vitamin D test does vary day to day, hour to hour. That said, it's the best thing we have to monitor it, and it prevents overdose and long-term toxicity. So it is still a good measure to check your blood. And for those Canadians out there, you want it between 125 and 175. The reference range is adjusted very low and very conservative. I like it a bit higher. And for the Americans in the crowd, you want it around 50, maybe with an upper limit of 75, okay? So test and replete vitamin D3 levels, and this will help control and balance your immune system. Vitamin A is an interesting one. Elder doctor of ours, very smart man, Dr. Ben Lynch, has been putting this on my radar lately. He's been talking a lot about it. There's a lot of antiviral properties to vitamin A. Great little tip: if you're getting a sore, scratchy throat, you can take a high dose of vitamin A right off the bat and almost nip it in the bud before it actually takes hold and sets up shop. So it's very powerful and it works really well. You want active vitamin A. You don't want beta carotene because that has to get converted in your body. It's much better to just find a good quality, ready to go form of vitamin A. Those are the only ones we stock in office here, and the products that Dr. Ben Lynch has mentioned also follow suit with that. Active form of vitamin A, it's just one less step for your body, and that is also another antiviral strategy that people can be taking every single day to make sure they're not depleted in vitamin A and missing a big part of the puzzle, okay? Next one is vitamin C. If you look at the slides previous, you'll notice that I'm talking a lot about vitamin C lately. It's starting to be used in Korea and Japan. It's been fully approved by medical doctors for use in the hospital because it's the best thing they have for treating the coronavirus right now. There's no vaccine. Why wait around? Who knows when that's going to happen? People are sick. People need help. Why don't we hit them with vitamin C? It's incredibly safe. There's a lot of news reports out there saying that high doses of vitamin C are, 1 in 200 times the RDA, and these are quotes from Mayo Clinic and some of the big wig websites where, yeah, you're probably going to give someone a whopping dose, 100 to 200 times of what maybe the RDA might be, but it's been proven incredibly safe, okay? Linus Pauling basically wrote the book on this. High dose vitamin C is incredibly useful, okay? It's been found to be extremely effective against all the colds and flus from the years past, and there's probably a good chance that it's going to be no exception here. This is absolutely saving people and helping those in need get treated. So we do a lot of high dose vitamin C drips here, usually for cancer, for viral stuff, for immunity boosting, for prevention, and then if people are sick, it helps shave days off and get them back on track. So if you have questions about that, shoot me a message below. I do several IVs in my practice every single day, and vitamin C is something that's near and dear to our hearts as naturopathic doctors. Okay, you can also take it orally. The thing is this: orally, you're probably going to get maximum 6 to 8 grams in before you hit bowel tolerance, and it just causes diarrhea. You can only absorb so much in one day. So we can circumvent that again by accessing a vein and hitting the system with a whopping dose of vitamin C that the cells can actually use, okay? So take it orally, absolutely. When you're sick, you can handle more. But if you're really looking for that potent antiviral effect, you need about 15 grams plus, and that can really only be achieved with an IV therapy, okay? So that's the quick and dirty on that. Works incredibly well. Some other things to not trash your immune system and suppress it. Watch the alcohol intake. The more you drink, the less immunity you'll have. The end, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you consume a lot of alcohol and expect your immune system to be running at 100%, it's simply not going to happen, okay? Don't sell yourself that lie. And then finally, to touch back on some food stuff, if you have an immune issue or a legit sensitivity or reaction to dairy, that might be another food group to watch out for, because it's a mucus forming food. And if you have too much mucus and phlegm and irritation throughout the nasal passage in the throat, again, when we're dealing with a potential viral thing, upper respiratory tract infection, maybe watch out for the dairy as well, okay? Other than that, if you have questions about this, concerns, comments, definitely shoot them below, and I'll be happy to address them all and chat with you about it. I just want to give you the most up-to-date and best information possible. I know there's a lot of confusion out there. People are scared. There's a lot of what ifs, what's going to happen. So before we can answer all those questions, why don't we get to work right now building the bulletproof immune protocol for you and your family, okay? There's no time to screw around. Let's get on it right away, okay?